Not for real, of course. Hockey season is, in fact, on hold. But a family in Sunderland, Ontario has been recreating every hypothetical hockey playoff game in their basement. They've then put the highlights of these games up on YouTube, complete with, post-game commentary, interviews with stars like Austin Matthews. Cheryl Bunting is both a player and producer of Hockey Night in Our Basement. Cheryl, I tip my hat to you. I've seen some of these videos. Well done. For people who haven't seen them yet, give me a bit of a rundown of what happens.
Well, we play these games for real in our basement, 2-on-2, 5-minute games, and they're pretty hardcore games. The kids go hard, and so does my husband and myself. There's been some bruises and battles and crying and fights, and at the end of the 5-minute games, we sit down and we get dried off because we're pretty sweaty, and we get on our suits, and the boys sit down at the news anchor desk where they review the game highlights, and then we also do interviews with players, like you said, like Awesome Matthews and Sid the Kid and Big Chara.
And there's quite an elaborate production. Tell me about, set the scene for me in your house when you're doing these, the productions of these videos.
Well, it's kind of fun because every single night we have dinner, and then it's a rush downstairs because we can't wait to get down and start our games. We play our games. We got to move all the animals out of the way because there's cats and dogs trying to play with us. And then, and after the games are over and we sit down and do the interviews, and then we have to bring it all upstairs and edit the footage. And we're editing the footage right through until probably 11 o'clock at night, every single night, getting ready to post our videos for the next day.
And your kids are loving this. Which they love more? They love, playing the games and working up a sweat in the basement, or do they like dressing up and doing the commentary and the interviews and stuff?
Actually, it's funny. They love both of it, and they can't wait to play the games, and then they both can't wait to do the commentary and the interviews. My one son didn't enjoy doing the interviews at the beginning, but now it's fun. I think that's one of the best parts is watching him come out of his shell in front of a camera and gain his personality, and it's been a lot of fun.
So, yeah, because you mentioned they become Awesome Matthews and various impersonations of different players. You've had so much fun with that when they're drawing fake mustaches on and stuff. Tell me a bit about how you come up with, who you're going to be interviewing and whatnot each night.
Well, one of the best parts is we never know until just as we're about to start our interviews who we're even interviewing. So it's a last-minute battle every day trying to come up with a new idea, and that usually brings up the best ideas. For instance, the other day we wanted to interview Ryan Ellis. He has a big beard, and we wanted my son to be Ryan Ellis. And we were trying to find something to use as a beard. There's no costumes here right now. Maybe we could use the cat. We didn't know what to use as a beard, and then my husband looked at me with my big red hair and said, "You have a big beard." And so, of course, then my big hair became the big beard, and I became Ryan Shellis instead of Ryan Ellis.
So fun. The NHL playoffs would have started this week, as I'm sure you know. How much are you, your boys, your family, how much are you guys missing hockey, the other hockey right now?
We miss it a lot. All four of us play hockey. I think we miss playing it on the ice more than even just watching it. But watching it would have been a big part of our everyday, so we combined it all together so that we can do it. And it's also a great way to connect with our family and our friends all the way around the world. Everyone that we know is waking up every day waiting for our next video to be posted so they can see where their team's lying in the standings. And we have friends and family that have placed bets and have player pools and all kinds of things going on with it, so it's been fun.
And you guys have you're a real, if anybody was not clear on this yet, you're a real hockey family. Tell me just how deep your hockey love goes, especially between you and your husband.
Well, we have hockey sticks on our wedding rings, and my husband proposed to me on the ice with a ring box attached to a hockey puck. So right from the beginning, that's where we met. We met on the ice playing hockey together, and so it's something we share and we love as a family.
You realize that talking to you, you're full of smiles. I can hear it in your voice. You're having so much fun. You are not typical, I think, of how a lot of people are experiencing this really difficult time. What What do you make of that? Tell me a little bit more about what's happening here. In addition to, sharing your love of the game, from in the bigger picture, what are you guys doing in this difficult time?
Well, I think in the bigger picture for us, how often we are, not just us, but everyone, as families, you're so busy and you wish you could just slow down and spend time together as a family. And so often, even in the hockey season, we are all out every single night of the week and we don't get to spend that time together. And I think this has been a really nice way for us to reconnect as a family and take that time together. And that's bringing us joy in all of this. We're all stressed. Everybody's stressed about what's going on in the world right now. But at the same time, we're together as a family, and it's bringing us strength and reminding us how much we love each other.
It's really great to hear about how much fun you're having. I'll let you get back to preparations for tonight's episode of Hockey Night in Our Basement. Have fun with it.
Thank you so much.
Cheryl Bunting and her family have been recreating the NHL playoffs in their basement in Sunderland, Ontario. You can see the magic. Check out some of the highlights of those games and all the post-game reaction in various costumes. You search Hockey Night in Our Basement on YouTube.